What's up, you guys? Let's kind of go over today's session and what I'm looking at going into tomorrow. So, starting with news on the schedule, we do have PPI, retail sales. We also have that PPI October data releasing tomorrow, it looks like. And there is potential for this Supreme Court ruling for tariffs or something. So, just be aware. Maybe you want to keep an eye on the VIX because if you see the VIX just, that means news headline probably dropped. So, kind of looking at where we are inside a structure and the indexes, we do have a little bit of divergence across the indices, as you can see. Looks like the Dow is kind of inside of this now multi-day balance. Let me back out a little bit further. Yeah, almost one, like 7-day balance area here for the Dow. You can see here, it's the top of the balance area, here's the bottom. So we're just kind of, going to chop back and forth and figure out which side of this range breaks. You can see here, just looking at today's session, a little bit of divergence across the indices. Dow does trade this halfway back short, front runs that 50%, does go down to complete downside targets here at 9,320s. NASDAQ, this is traded 50%. Ooh, it does actually hold this 61, does go on to complete those upside targets. I don't know if that was a trade that I would have took though, but sell off. There was a headline this morning about Iran, and then there was some Nvidia and China news this morning. Same thing for the ES. We kind of come up, we have this, news candle or something, and then kind of just start this sequence lower here, comes up into this short sequence here, does go on to complete those targets. And as you can see, we do have a little bit of a short covering rally out of those targets. Yes, NASDAQ as well. Kind of sloppy, but does go on to complete those downside targets. Looking at the Russell, you can see we are just kind of building value at these highs. So I kind of would look for this, potentially to maintain this level and then maybe this level as well. And I do see, a lot of people kind of hate on Fibonacci sequences, but the reality of it is, if I back out here, you can see, looks like we go into extensions in the Russell here. So if I pull this extension here, you can see that basically wherever I drew this inventory level lines up with the 50% retracement of this. And that's, some people do ask me, like, if I just blind limit in on my levels, sometimes yes, sometimes no, because this does line up with what I've determined as an inventory level, which I would put as a little box like this. So you see I put these little boxes on my charts. So I've considered this to be an inventory level. And as we come back down and retest that level, we do have some responsive buying. So this is kind of what I determine as inventory level. And it does line up with my Fibonacci retracements, supply and demand levels, whatever you want to use. All right, so taking a closer look at, let's start with the S&P